Alright, now this is the last part of the Friday the 13th review discussion. Um, just some news here. I got 13 views on the first one and I got 10 views on the second one. Now, what's funny is I get back on there and now I'm at 123 subscribers. So I've lost 4 subscribers. Okay. Don't know what that's all about. I'm not doing. I'm doing a review, but I'm talking about a movie. So I guess I won't be doing any more of these. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish this last part. So at least I still have 123 subscribers. So thank you, subscribers, that are still enjoying my videos. But without further ado. Talked about pretty much the whole plot of the film in the first 2 videos, and now this video I'm going to talk about what I like and dislike about the movie, and how I feel about the movie today. I actually still like Friday the 13th Part 8 today, as I did when I originally saw it, when I first saw it in 1989. So I really do still enjoy it today. Does it hold up as far as to people's expectations in horror movies today? I guess you could say no, but considering the budget they had and the limitations with having to deal with the temperature of where they were filming, the area having to change and that, I can understand that to a certain extent. But let me turn this light on. Maybe get rid of that shadow there. Yeah. Now as far as likes, I liked knowing that the cast, a lot of the cast went on to do certain things. Especially Kevin Bacon. Everybody knows who Kevin Bacon is today. Even prior to playing in this, he played in National Lampoon's Animal House. He went on to play in, after this, Diner and Footloose, and She's Having a Baby. Had a small appearance playing Trains, Automobiles, played in Tremors. I could go on and on and on. But you also have Betsy Palmer, who had played in a bunch of films prior to this. After this, she didn't do too many films after this. I know she had a small part in Friday the 13th too, and she also played in a daytime, or not a daytime, a primetime soap opera. I think it was Falcon Crest, I believe it was, or it was Dynasty, one of them two. And yeah, she did certain things in the 90s. She played in I'm Still Not Quite Human, and she played in the sequel to The Fear, called Fear Halloween Night, or Fear Resurrection, however you view the movie. Some of the supporting characters, Mark Nelson, he went on to play a district attorney or lawyer on the show Law and Order, various episodes. He mainly does like plays in the New York area, in the upper part of the United States. Janine Taylor, she never really did anything much after this. Robbie Morgan has played in certain things, but I think she's slowly starting to make movies now after all these years and getting a fan base in that. Of course, we already know Laurie Bartram and Walt Gorney and Rex Everhard, who play the truck driver. Those people have already passed. Betsy Palmer's also passed too. But Adrienne King, the lead actress, Alice, she went on to play in the beginning of Part 2, and then for many years she did like ADR voices, or with her and her husband, for big budget films, and now she's starting to get back into the horror films. She did The Butterfly Room. She's in the movie called Tales of Poe. Yeah, there's a couple other ones, other movies she's been in too. But yeah, that's like a 30 year hiatus as far as acting wise. But it's really good to see that she's actually come back into films. Um, so my likes about the movie, I like the storyline, that uh, something had happened to Mrs. Voorhees to make her go crazy. That her counselors weren't paying attention. Her son drowned, and she's seeking back revenge by trying to keep the camp from opening up. But Steve Christie decides to open it up regardless, and then she pays him. He pays for it dearly, and she gets revenge on the people who try to reopen the camp, knowing that they weren't responsible for her son's death, but she was a little crazy in the head. I like how they had the mysterious atmosphere about it. You really didn't know who the killer was up until, when somebody actually sees the movie for the first time, you don't hear anything about it from anyone else, and you watch it in your home, sitting down, and you watch the movie without having any interference from the internet, from people nothing. You're thinking, well, who is the killer here? Now, today's society, I don't think that could happen unless somebody who doesn't watch TV or have internet. But that was a cool aspect. It's kind of like a 10 Little Indians. I don't know if anybody's ever seen that movie, but it's where individually each person gets knocked off. Now, a lot of people say this was the beginning of the slasher film. Well, in a certain way, it actually could be considered the beginnings of the slasher film. I mean, prior to this, you had Halloween, you had Black Christmas, you had Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you had Psycho. You had a lot of films prior to this, but Texas Chainsaw Massacre really wasn't a slasher film per se. It was more of a killer family that was crazy, and they started to kill people, which in terms now you could actually be called slasher film. But in Halloween, yeah, he kills people. So in a way, I guess you could call that a slasher film. But if you look at between Halloween and Friday the 13th, they're two separate entities. One is Halloween. He stalks babysitters, and he kills he's going back after his sister. And Friday the 13th, it's the mother trying to seek revenge on people for not paying attention to their son. And if you look at from this point on, after this, it definitely led right into the slasher genre. Jason comes back, he didn't drown, so on and so forth. So, like I said, those aspects I liked about it. The cinematography was well done. The music was really outrageously good, because Harry Manfredini, he went on to do pretty much every Friday the 13th except for Part 8, and I don't think he did the remake either. But yeah, I mean, he's pretty much did every Friday the 13th other than the remake in Part 8, and a lot of his scores seem a lot similar, but they did have certain aspects that were different throughout the series. And not only did he do that, he went on to do Slaughter High. He's done various other films. And prior to this, he helped on Manning's Orphans, which was Sean S. Cunningham's trying to get into the family drama films, and it didn't succeed. So that's right, he went on to do a horror movie, which you can read in Crystal Lake Memories, the book. But now, as far as the dislikes, I can say there isn't too many. I mean, the only thing I could think of is maybe they could have had a little bit of backstory, maybe, showing Jason getting picked on and drowning in the lake. But the way they set it up was fine with me. And any other things I didn't like about the movie? Let's see. I think maybe there could have been a little bit more characterization in the film, other than having a little joke here and there and playing Strip Monopoly, and then they go off and have sex and all that. Maybe they could have drawn onto that, and maybe they could have actually explained why Steve Christie is actually opening in the camp. But that's kind of like a nitpicking kind of thing. You know, that's not really a dislike hating the movie. But I actually, if I was going to give this a rating, if you go by 1 out of 5 stars, I would give this 4 stars. If you want to go by IMDb ratings between 0 and 10, I would give this a 6.5. It's not my favorite of the Friday the 13th franchise, but it's not my least favorite of the Friday the 13th franchise. In closing, as far as talking about that, I think maybe they should maybe they should have gave this a PG-13 rating when it originally came out, but of course back in 1980 there was not a PG-13 rating. They didn't happen until around 84, 85. But considering they had to cut a little bit of gore from that, I mean, up to today's standards, that the gore in Friday the 13th is really tame. I mean, you get a throat slit, you get blood through a neck, you see blood through someone's eye, through his neck, you see somebody go through a window with blood on it. I mean, it's really tame stuff, you know, comparing to today's standards of gore and blood. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about that. The only other thing I can say is, let's see, Friday the 13th Part 2, I saw the very same day as I saw the first one. After I watched the first one, I was really thrilled to see the second one, because I had only told my dad that my mom had let me watch the first one, so I didn't have to pretend to watch the second movie. And right after the end of the first one, you know, Jason jumps out of the lake, grabs Alice, and pulls her under. Well, I'm not going to go into detail, but in the second one, it kind of goes right into that one, where Alice is actually staying in the townhome, and she's having dreams of what had happened prior to her, and everything like that. And then not Mrs. Voorhees, but Jason, presumably Jason, comes in there and kills her. There's been a lot of debate about that. How did Jason go into a town just to go and kill her and not kill anyone else? Well, one, she killed his mother, and two, there wouldn't be any reason to kill anyone else. But, you know, I mean, and at the end of the credits it says the Prowler, and I was always trying to figure out who the Prowler was in the movie. But that's for a different review or discussion. I've actually really enjoyed doing this 3-part Friday the 13th review and discussion. Obviously, a lot of people don't, because I've lost 4 subscribers since I've done these 2 videos. Now this is the 3rd. But I'm getting a lot of views, and on Facebook I'm getting a lot of likes for that. So I don't know. I may do Friday the 13th Part 2 in 3 parts, or you know, something else. But yeah, I mean, I enjoy doing this. I mean, I've changed the location, sitting in my chair all the time, and just seeing like partial things and stuff like that. I am going to change the setup here very soon. I'm going to try to turn this set over to there, and I'm going to move certain things around so it actually looks like more like a movie room. Because right now this is my living room, and you've got some dolphin stuff here, and you got some painting there, and you got this bronze thing that was made by my late grandpa. But and then you got like bags of clothes and stuff. But you know, I mean, I'm not in doing these YouTube videos to make money. I'm doing this because I just want to get it out there and letting people know my views of certain films, and my discussion about films and my collection that I have. I mean, if I lose 20 more subscribers, I mean, so be it. I mean, I enjoy doing these, and but I hate to lose that many. Don't get me wrong. If I lost that many, I'd be like, well, maybe I should cut back on doing videos. Maybe I should do like one video a day instead of like doing like 6, 7, 8 videos in 4 days. But there's a lot of YouTubers that have been on here that I see their subscribers go up and down, and you know, so it's not just myself. So I can see where the community comes from, as far as trying to keep up and all that. And you've got a lot of people that have been doing this for years, and some people who've been doing it for 6 months and have already got 1,000 subscribers, or someone who's been doing it for 3 years and only has 20. You know, it's just the way the cookie crumbles, the way the YouTube community is. But I'm very happy to have at least 123 subscribers. I would like to have 150 by the end of the year. I don't see it happening, but for the ones who have stuck around and do give a like or a dislike, I mean, I do appreciate whether it's like or dislike. So, but and I especially appreciate the comments and people that do view this on Facebook. I'm happy to know that, as there's a lot. I got a lot of friends on Facebook. If I have as many friends as I have on Facebook that joined my YouTube page, I would have over 1,000 subscribers. And I'm not into saying, well, do this, do that, do this, and then send everybody to my. You know, that's not right. I mean, there is certain people that asked about joining my YouTube page, and I said, yeah, go ahead. And I give them a link and they join it. But you know, anyway, I went off on a tandem about YouTube, and this was about Friday the 13th. Well, so in closing, Friday the 13th Part 1, the one that was made in 1980, was actually filmed in 79. It gives a 6.5 for me, and yeah, so. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I can say. I've said pretty much a lot in the last 2 videos. I mean, they were 18 and 17 minutes long. This is going on to 17 minutes. Yeah. So, in closing, if I do get, if I can reach 20 views on at least one of these 3 videos that I've done, or all 3 videos that I've done of the Friday the 13th, I will do another 3-part discussion, whether it be Friday the 2, whether it be Halloween, whether it be Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't know. I haven't decided. If you have any suggestions, leave them down in the comments below. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like this video, you can give me a thumbs down, or you can give me a thumbs up. Please leave a comment. And for those who have stuck with me and do enjoy these, thank you for subscribing. And I will catch you on the next video, which probably will be a movie review tomorrow. Thank you.